are about to apply for that credit card, do you do a pre-qualification or do you just apply and you don't care how many inquiries that you have on your credit report? Let me know in the comments, how many inquiries do you have on your credit report right now? And the other day, I did a post on my community tab asking people how many inquiries do they have on their credit report, and 35% of people said that they had between 3 and 5 inquiries. I have 2 inquiries on my credit report. But I would say that's the one downside to applying for credit cards, is that it really doesn't matter if you are approved or denied. If you apply, you can get a hard inquiry on your credit report, and that's going to negatively impact you to where you can lose about 8 to 10 points on your credit report or your credit score. And I'm just like, I don't think that that's right, that when you are applying for credit that you get a ding for getting that inquiry. I don't think that's right, but let me know what you think in the comments. So I had got this question the other day in the comments asking me to give recommendations on credit cards that offer soft pulls when you apply for credit cards. Now, when I responded, I stated that, well, really it's gonna be a pre-qualification so that you can, increase the probability, or at least see that when you're applying for this credit card that you have a higher probability of getting approved. And so that's why you would do the pre-qualification. But if you actually apply and you get approved, it's going to be a hard inquiry, because most credit card companies, they're going to want to take a look at your credit report so they can see, your overall, how much debt do you have? How many inquiries do you have? What's your credit utilization and things like that. Now, in this video, I'm going to give credit card companies and banks that do pre-qualifications, but also we're going to talk about soft pull versus hard pull. Let's get into it. Now, when we're thinking about applying for that credit card, I think that it's really good to do a pre-qualification so that we can make sure that we have a higher probability of getting approved. Now, it doesn't give us 100% chance that we're going to get approved, but most of the time, if you pre-qualify for that credit card, it's going to be a very high percentage. And some of those companies that do pre-qualifications are going to be American Express, Discover, Citibank, I want to say Capital One. Those are some of the credit card companies that do pre-qualifications. But when you actually go onto the American Express site and you're going to see what credit cards you pre-qualify for, it does state that it's not going to be a hard pull and it's not going to impact you. But at the bottom of the screen, it does state that if you accept this offer, it is going to be a hard pull. So when I was going to apply for my first American Express credit card, I wanted to go ahead and do the pre-qualification because I really wanted the American Express Blue Cash card. And I was just like, that's the one that I want. So I'm going to do the pre-qualification. And don't you know that I did not even get pre-qualified for that credit card? I got pre-qualified for the American Express Everyday credit card, the American Express Gold card, and I want to say the Platinum too. And so I was just like, whoa, if I would have applied for that one and I got denied, then I would have got the inquiry and I didn't even get approved. So I think that's why it's good to do the pre-qualification. Now, that is one aspect of pre-qualification or soft pulls. But on the other side, we can have lenders, credit card companies, employers that do soft pulls on our credit. For instance, when you go to your mailbox, all of those pre-qualifications or welcome offers, those are credit card companies that are doing soft pulls on your credit. And so really they're only getting like general information like your credit score and things like that to see if you qualify, and then you will have to apply. And then once you apply, it's going to be a hard pull. So when we take a look at hard inquiries, once we do that pre-qualification and we qualify for a credit card and then we accept the offer on that credit card, it's going to move to a hard inquiry. And those hard inquiries can stay on our credit report for about 24 months, but it's usually only going to impact it for about 12, and it's only 10% of our score. So usually it's only a couple of points, but it's really going to depend on, do you have a high score or do you have a low score, to where, like, if you have a high score and you lose a couple of points, it's not going to be that bad. But let's say if you have a low score and you take the hit with the inquiries, then it can really impact you a little bit. So you just want to be careful when you're just applying for a lot of credit. Also, when we take a look at how many inquiries we have on our credit report, they usually say about 3 to 5 is going to be good. Anything over 6 is going to be bad. But, you know, really like 0 to 1, that's going to be great. So right now I have 2 inquiries on my credit report, and it'll let me know that those inquiries are going to fall off. It'll tell me the month and the year that they're going to fall off, which is good. Looking at inquiries on our credit report overall, it's going to have a small impact since it's only 10% of our score. And if we're only applying for 1 or 2 credit cards a year, that's not going to be too bad. But when we're, let's say, trying to credit card churn or applying for a lot of credit cards to get the points, rewards, or cash back, that's when it's going to make the biggest impact. So creating that strategy is going to be good. So one strategy could be, you know, applying for the credit cards around the same time. That way the inquiries can fall off at the same time. I have even applied for 2 credit cards in one day so that it'll hit my credit at the same time. That's another way that we can do it. But overall, you know, credit card companies are going to do the hard inquiries so that they can see what is the probability that we're going to be paying that credit back. But I still think that it shouldn't be a negative. I think they really should change that. But since it's only 10% of our score, I guess we really can't, you know, complain about it too bad. But, you know, looking at other aspects like our payment history, and then especially our credit utilization, because if you're trying to increase your credit score fast, tackling that credit utilization, that's going to be the quickest way that you can be able to do that. Let me know in the comments, how do you feel about inquiries? Are you doing pre-qualifications to see if you qualify for credit cards before you apply, or you just apply, you don't care? Let me know in the comments. But also check out this video where I'm talking about the quickest way to increase your credit score is by tackling your credit utilization. We're taking a look at the 2023 digital budget planner, and this is an undated planner that you can get on my Etsy shop, and you have to use this in a note-taking app. So I use GoodNotes to be able to use it on my iPad, and this is an undated planner, so you can come over and put your dates in every month. You can erase it. It's very cool. I love using GoodNotes. You can put your notes, you can put a to-do, and there's a couple of different categories. So we have our budgeting, we have our debt, we have the credit, to where you can write all of your credit info in. There's a notes, there's a saving log as well, so you can put how much you're saving each month. And then you can go to the index page, and then that's just going to break out all of what's in the digital budget planner. It's not a game, sir.